by Dallas, make it hurt.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Welcome once again to the Big Time Show podcast. That is being seen and heard live everywhere. Right here on Podbean. Also on Facebook at the Big Time Show Facebook page, as well as Big Time Show YouTube page. Also being seen and heard live right now on Twitter and Twitch as well. I hope that you guys will come in and share real quick with me, if you don't mind. It is a privilege to come hang with you guys again on another great night. Talk a little Cowboys football, and of course to close out our week and our victory on yesterday as we took care of the Giants, of course, as you know, 49-17 on yesterday. So we're here again to finish that up, and once we finish up tonight, we'll start talking about the Carolina Panthers as we get ready to try to keep building on what we are building right now as we speak. Hope that you guys will go ahead and share as you come in. I hope that you would share, and of course by now you know that if you want to help contribute to the show, you can do that by Cash App at the $, the Big Time Show. I guess I need to put it up. I need to put that up, but there it is, $, the Big Time Show, as well as if you want to contribute by Facebook, you can use those stars. You can also use the super chat on the YouTube page, so that we can aspire to get everything going. Tonight, the show won't be long because pretty much I had already kind of went over the win from yesterday, and of course, you know, the way we did it. There's just a little something that we could talk about how the way we won, but it would be kind of be repetitive of the same thing. But there is one thing that I really want to talk about tonight that is not necessarily football related, but it is Cowboy related, but it's more on the lines of fandom that I saw today. I'll get into that later with it. All right, let's talk Let me speak to everybody who may be in real quick, and we'll move on with the show. What's going on? Joe, what's up? And John, that's the only people that have spoken. So I got the people looking at me, but they ain't saying nothing to me. That's not the way you're supposed to go now. If you're gonna come into the house, just say hello. You understand? But I appreciate you. I don't know who this is that jumped on my, and I wasn't even live. But yet, folks, whoever this Jackson Post is, I don't like that at all. So, yeah, we're gonna kill that. What's up, Brian? I see you, brother, and Shane. I see you as well. Thank y'all for popping in on me tonight. As some of you probably have your TVs on the Monday night game, the Broncos and the Bills. To that, I say, who cares? I can care less about the Broncos and the Bills. I will give a little credence to the Bills. The only reason why I'm saying that is because we have to play them in a few weeks. So I guess tonight could be a little scouting, if you want to call it that. But other than that, I could care less about the Monday night game. No disrespect to you Bills and Bronco fans that may be out there, but I Cowboy fans, so we can care less about what's going on. What's up, James? I see you. Thank you for popping in. Listen, everybody, before we get started, come on, help your brother out if you don't mind. Come on and help your brother out by simply hitting that like button. If you're watching by YouTube, go ahead and hit that heart button for me. Smash it, just smash it, smash it, smash it. If you're watching by Facebook, come on and hit that like button for me. If you don't mind, hit that like button for me. And you can help your boy out tremendously as the show is continuing to grow. I started out like this. I was shocked by the last show on yesterday where we had a raid by the big family of Vach Lombardi, and I got it right, Vach, just in case you and your people show up. I didn't know how to pronounce his name, and so I thought it was Vach Lombardi, but it's Vach Lombardi. And he, in the middle of his show, some of you saw the clip, said, let's go to the big time show. And that's big for, me, because Vach is one of the best in the entire country at what he does. He does the same thing I do, is just on a tremendous platform. He has over 82,000 subscribers on YouTube alone. So I don't know the exact number that he has on Facebook, but he has to be approaching, the magical number, especially in YouTube land, of over 100,000 people from YouTube. So he is, one of the best. And I didn't know he knew me. I think he's done it before, but he obviously knows a little bit about me, enough to try to send his people over to come to our show, and that's what we saw on yesterday. So just in case this gets to Vach, man, I appreciate you again for allowing your people to, or at least just sharing my content with your people. That's big for me. So I appreciate you for that. Now let's go ahead and get to what you guys come here for. Hey, Kid Cowboy, I see you. There's nothing wrong with what happened with us yesterday. Nothing. Now, if you want to nitpick and, then you can. You can do that. But other than that, it's really not much you can say. Other than, I get the first drive and all that kind of stuff. But once we got rolling, it was lights out. Hey, Terry, what's going on? Appreciate you popping in on. It was a expected win. The only question was, how would we win? If you've been following me, you've heard me say it so many times. This season so far is following script. When the Cowboys win, they do it spectacularly. When the Cowboys lose, it's in a somewhat spectacular fashion. And that don't necessarily mean a blowout. It just means, and the wins as well, doesn't have to be a blowout. It just means there's always major league drama or some type of spectacular win or play that helps us win, or something didn't go right, a spectacular play that didn't happen for us to lose. That's just how the Cowboys go. But the obvious thing so far that cannot be argued is that when we win, other than the Charger game, good Lord, I mean, we rip people apart. I'm talking about, is no question. And so far, when we have lost, other than the Philly game, we got ripped apart. The Cardinals destroyed us as far as I'm concerned, and then, of course, the 49ers destroyed us as well. So it's either we win big or we lose big. And we followed script on yesterday. My only question was, I didn't make predictions, but I did. I guess you could say I slightly did. I just said, we should win the game. We did. My only thing that I was concerned about is that we may play down to our competition. And that's where it gets a little shaky for the Cowboys. They didn't do it. However, they ripped these guys apart like they were supposed to. We're supposed to beat a team like that in the fashion that we did. And they did. So nobody really, as a Cowboy fan, really should be having issues with the way that we played on yesterday. They didn't play down to the competition. They handled the business as if they were just like they were supposed to. We didn't look backwards. We didn't look forward. The goal yesterday was to beat the Giants. Bottom line, whether it was by 1 point or by 40 points, all they had to do yesterday was stack the wins. Got to stack the wins because Philly is ahead. We got to win. We have to win. So whether it's by 1 point or 10 or 40, it makes no difference. All we need to do was win. That's all we had to do, and that's what we did yesterday. So I'm very proud that we did what we were supposed to do. We were supposed to beat them up, and we did. Now, individually, other than the obvious guy who I'm going to talk about a little bit later, but in a different fashion, we played better. Not perfect, but we played a whole lot better on the offensive line yesterday than what we did against Philly. We looked a whole lot better. A lot of us, including myself, pointed the finger at Terrence Steele, and rightfully so. I really pretty much just went ahead and pointed the finger actually to Coach McCarthy because of his lack of making the adjustment of helping Terrence Steele. He didn't do it. I think he had 12 pressures, 4 sacks given up. Just a disaster of a game, and he didn't get any help. This week, Terrence Steele played a little bit better. I did see a little bit of the all-22, but not enough really to just dissect, but I did see it in the little parts I looked specifically at Terrence Steele. He looked a whole lot better than what he did against Philly. Now, I realized that It's somewhat of a difference between Hassan Reddick from Philadelphia and Thibodeau. Thibodeau is good, but that was the problem that I knew was going. That I anticipated that Thibodeau would be on steel, and he played much better. Brandon Graham ate his lunch from Philadelphia too, but overall we didn't really have a problem. Actually, the whole line, they didn't even give up a sack. So, that's big, and that's real big. So, if anything, I don't care, what nobody says. You need that confidence, and to go a whole game and not give your quarterback, sacked at all. That's big. So that's what the offense needed. I applaud that. No question about that. So I take that. Now, the running game is doing fine. The only problem that I have, going forward is Dallas Cowboys are known for politics. And I'm saying that, that sometimes some things that are obvious, they're not so obvious. And what I'm talking about is Rico Dowdle and Tony Pollard. It is obvious to me that Rico needs more carries. I'm not saying he's supposed to start. I'm not saying that he's better than Pollard. All I'm saying is when he gets the ball, he is effective. There's no question about it. He runs with a little bit more anger than Tony. It looks like he's built more to run inside, and he's running better inside as of right now than Tony is. He needs more carries. I think that the mixture of the two would be, this will be, make us a whole lot better. The play action game will work. That's Dak Prescott wheelhouse. When he can, use the play action pass game. That's his wheelhouse. So going forward, the question will be, will Mike McCarthy, do what he did yesterday? I think that even makes us even more better, more potent than what we've done, previously. If you get Rico involved, it makes Tony even better. It's just that simple. So, the running back, everybody played better. Everybody. I don't have to say really too much about the receivers. We all know what happened there. That was big. CD, Brandon Cooks were huge yesterday. Gallup got involved. Tolbert caught a couple passes. Jake Ferguson looked like he's a touchdown guy every week almost. He's becoming a red zone target even more. I think he's got 3 straight games with a touchdown, so he's being depended upon. And we all know that Dak Prescott loves his tight ends. This goes back to when he first started playing here. You get him going with the tight ends, Dalton Schultz and Jason Witten, I guess to a similar degree. He loves tight ends. So Jake Ferguson looks like one of his new best friends, and it's paying off. Jake looks pretty good. Hey, I got a super chat going, and I forgot to tell y'all that if y'all put the super chat up, I'll stop doing what I'm doing and talking. The super chat is from Terry. It says, I still like Malik Davis. I do too. And I think that, we might see him later, but probably not a whole lot. We still haven't seen Lemke back. Hunter Lemke get, stuff going as well. So there's still some more tools in the box that have not been used yet. And that's a good thing because nobody's seen it and it may be coming. So we have tools that haven't been used yet. So that's a good thing. So overall, that was fine. Defensively, they do what they've been doing all year. even with the injuries, our defense is still a top 5 defense. Uh, I would assume that after yesterday, the stats will even be better, which might push them up even more. They are definitely a top 3, top, depending on the category. They got to be a top 5 just about in every category, defensively just about. So you can't deny that. They're looking good. What did we say at the beginning of the year? What we said at the beginning of the year was that if the Cowboys, if the defense, and this was when we had everybody healthy, but what we said was if the Cowboys are a top 3 defense in this league, and at the time everybody was saying it's going to be the number 1 defense in the league, but if they're a top 3 defense, and then here was the part that we said, if the Cowboys, we don't think they'll be as explosive. This is what we said at the beginning. At least this is what I said. That if they won't be as explosive as a Kellen Moore offense, but you don't need to be. If you could just be a top 10 or top 12 offense, and you got a number 1 or to number 3 defense, you're going to win a whole lot of football games. That's what I said. But what we didn't expect was that I'd be dang. The Cowboys, if they do what they're doing now, they will be a top 5 offense. Seriously. So imagine if the defense holds up, if the offense do what they've been doing lately, guess what? If you're gonna have a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense, good Lord, you're gonna win a whole lot of football games. And I think that we're starting to see that. So overall, special teams, because we rarely talk about special teams. Let me tell y'all this. I guess this is my only negative. I don't like Deuce Vaughn returning nothing. Because man, I thought the man was had to be carried back. I thought he got to be carried out on the stretcher the way he was getting hit. He was getting hit like a pinball machine. And then he's so small and he's tough as nails. I give him that. He's tough as nails. He's tough, but he can't, if you put your hand on him, he going down. He might shake you starting off, but Deuce, he's just too small for me. He really is. So I didn't like that. And I understand he's elusive. I get it. He is elusive, but this ain't Kansas State no more. You understand? This is not, this is not the Big 12 conference, and you ain't playing TCU and all that in Kansas, and now you ain't playing. No. This is the NFL. This is the NFL, and I think Deuce is getting baptized a little bit into what it's really like. I'm not saying he ain't effective, and he still can be, and you just got to be very selective on when and where you use him. He can be effective in the offense, but it got to be right for him to go to work. All right. Now let me get to the hand. Of course, the man that divides Cowboy Nation, divides the haters. Dak Prescott is a polarizing guy. He really is. He is a guy, man, that there's no middle ground with him. It's either you like him or love him, or you just can't stand him. And you're gonna find you're gonna have people that will make up excuses for him, and then you will have on the other side people that will give him total blame. There's no middle ground with him. It is no middle ground. And even when he does well, if you don't like him, you will find something to complain about. And then if you do like him, you'll make up any excuses from that point on. So then that's going to lead into really what I want to talk about in just a few more minutes. Here is the thing about Dak Prescott. When he plays well, people don't want to give him credit for what he did. They always want to talk about what he didn't do against another team. I got another super chat here. He says Trey Lance making Prescott play quality ball. I doubt that. When he does play well, everybody want to jump on and say, well, let him do that against this team. You don't want to, and then when he don't play well, the haters will focus on the game that he did mess up in. It's amazing. But when he does do well, you don't want to give him credit for the game he just played. You want to talk about, well, let's see if he can do that against this team. Or you'll say, well, he always do that against bad teams. And all. You still don't want to give him the credit. You don't want to give him the credit. Now, me, if you've been with me for a while, you already know how I am. It ain't no secret. My catalog is right there for everybody. Just find a show. It's there. If he plays bad, I'll use this same microphone and say, that ain't going to cut it. He look horrible. But I'm the same guy as well that say, hey, when he plays great or he plays good, I will give him the credit that he deserves. So I said all that to say this. On yesterday, not week 2, not week 3, not week 5, yesterday, not when we played the Eagles again, not when we played Seattle. And I ain't talking about that. All I'm talking about is yesterday against the Giants, because trust me, if he didn't play well yesterday, those that are saying, well, let's see what he do against a good team. Let's see how if he would have played bad, they would have talked about today. Talked about him, what he did yesterday. So you can't be hypocritical on that. All we talking about is week 9, game, whatever it is. Well, we're 6-3 now. Game 9. How did he play? You only got 2 choices. Did he play good or did he play bad? And it ain't no buts. It's just no buts. You can't say he played good, but no. Against the New York Giants yesterday, did he play good? That's all. That good or bad. There ain't no. We don't know. We'll deal with Carolina next, because that's who next on the list. The Carolina Panthers. It's not Philly. It's not Washington. It's not the playoffs. It's Carolina. That's what we're gonna talk about next. Not talking about nothing in the past. And see, that's the problem with the Cowboy fan. Because the only reason I'm saying this because I saw some amazing things. I expect things from haters. I get that. It's the Cowboy family I'm having a problem with. You got to call it like it is. Did he play well? Your mama calling you. Call your mama. That's my son over there. You got to give a man total credit. Yesterday, please don't talk to me about the 49er game, the Cardinal game. Don't even talk to me about the Charger game. Don't even talk to me about, the last few wins. All I want to know is yesterday, did he do his job, number one, and did he play well? The answer to that is a resounding yes. Anything other than a yes, I may need to check you. Check and see what's wrong with you. He was outstanding yesterday. Y'all know me, like I said. If he wasn't, I'll tell you. He was outstanding yesterday. And I know he was outstanding because now I'm about to talk about what I want to talk about. I told you, the game itself, we ain't got to talk about that. I'm really done with the Giants. It was a beat down. We did what we were supposed to do. End of that. Everybody played well. I was anxious today to see how the media would respond to Dak, because when he plays bad, they quick to say something. But what I done noticed is in the last few weeks, they ain't saying nothing. Case in point, Stephen A. Smith has made, because of the Dallas Cowboys and because of his fandom for other teams and his hatred for the Cowboys, it has put him in a position where he's signed a gigantic deal with ESPN. If you remember Stephen A., they were doing kind of what Undisputed was doing, before they got settled. Stephen A. was one of the guests. They had Skip Bayless had guests on every day. Wednesday was Stephen A.'s day. And the chemistry between the two, they were, so obvious that it got to the point where, he got a full-time gig out of it, and in the process signed a contract that pays him, at least at the time, $10 million a year. But one of his major things that he did was, it was his hatred toward the Cowboys that, of course, put him right in line with Cowboy Nation, and people just went at him, and he went at Cowboy fans. And God bless him, the Dallas Cowboys carried him to a status where he's probably the most recognizable, morning guy in the country, and it's been that way. And it's because of the Cowboys. I mean, and when that Cowboys lose, you'll see him on Twitter with that ignorant laugh that he has, that really just irritates me. But then you know that the Cowboys won because there is no laugh. There's no post, no nothing. And so I was interested today to see, especially when Dak has played this month at a very, very, very high level. Don't care what y'all say. He's been lighting it up this month. He's been lighting it up, no question about it. Even to the point where you start hearing this sentence. They said Dak Prescott should now be considered in the MVP conversation. I didn't say that. They said that. If you were to ask me, I'll be saying let's hold up a little bit. I'll say, maybe he should definitely be recognized probably as the NFC Offensive Player of the Month. There is an award like that. No question about that. He's definitely a candidate for that for the month, because there's really been no other hotter quarterback than him in the NFC. In the AFC, that's a different story. The kid in Houston, C.J. Stroud, definitely as hot as all outdoors. He is he's been phenomenal. No question about that. But that's the AFC. In the NFC, there has been no other quarterback hotter than Dak Prescott, and he has been outstanding for this whole month. But I noticed today, and I'm just setting it up because see, some of y'all kind of feel the same way. I noticed because usually what First Take specialized in and what Undisputed specialized in is that every single day during the NFL season, they usually lead off their show with the Dallas Cowboys. It's no question. Because the Dallas Cowboys are a lightning rod for media when it comes to these shows. Get Up, Undisputed, First Take, Kyle and Kyle Hurd, and all the other shows. They lead off with the Cowboys. It's just no question. It's not a day in the NFL season that nobody talks about the Cowboys. And First Take is especially known for that. If the Cowboys would have lost yesterday, I guarantee you they would have led off with the Cowboys. But here was the interesting thing. I couldn't wait to get home because I had another whole show planned, but I wanted to talk about this. It is amazing to me. I turned on my DVR. I just wanted to see what First Take said. I know what Skip Bayless did. He's a Cowboy fan. Mike Irvin is there. He's a Cowboy fan. Of course they're going to talk about the Cowboys starting off. I get that. I didn't need to see them. I want to see Steve Nichols. He sure been quiet. Usually after a Cowboy game, he got something to say and all that. He ain't saying nothing. That's not him. That's not what he do. I turned it on First Take, and I promise you, I was just looking. I was saying, okay, what they starting off with. I looked at what they starting off with. They started off with, I think, Baltimore and Cleveland. You know that's not First Take. Then they went to, they went to other games and all that. And I'm saying, like, maybe I missed something. Maybe a storm came to Memphis, Tennessee, and we lost power, and then we had to kick it up. I had to rewind just to make sure. And to make a long story short, I'm sitting there looking, I'm saying, like, what? Oh, my God. It was an hour and 7 minutes in the show before they said something about the Dallas Cowboys. And they didn't say, see, this one you know you're a hater. This one I'm about to tell y'all. It wasn't nothing about the game. Still ain't said nothing about the game because, see, Shannon Sharp and Dak and Stephen A. Smith don't want to give, just like some of y'all in this chat, don't want to give Dak Prescott the credit for what he did on yesterday. We're not talking about, well, he got to do it in the playoffs. We'll wait and see when he gets to the playoffs. We'll see if he does it. Well, I don't care if you say, well, we Cowboy fans are used to this. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're used to seeing Dak Prescott get 4,000 yards and dang near 30 touchdowns and all that kind of stuff. Cool. I ain't even talking about that. I'm just talking about yesterday. Did he do his job yesterday? That's what they would have criticized him for if we would have lost. They would have said he played horrible against the Giants. That's what they would have said. That's what they said about the Cardinals. That's what they would have said about the 49er game. They blamed him. They did that. But when it come to him winning and playing well, they didn't want to say nothing. So this is what they did. Instead of talking about what he did yesterday, this is what they came up with. Y'all just tell me. This is the question that they had. I almost fell out laughing. But it just shows the complete hypocritical stuff that they did. They asked the question today. Is Dak Prescott a top 3 all-time Dallas Cowboy quarterback? Really? That's what y'all came up with? Is that, I mean, seriously. Is that what y'all came up with? You didn't want to talk about us beating the Giants. You didn't want to talk about that. You wanted to ask a question. See, when Dak plays well, their job is to try to knock him down. And the way they tried to do it today was with an extreme question that they already knew the answer to. They just tried to find a way that the question that they asked was a question that would make Dak come down a whole lot. It was nothing positive about it. You're going to ask the question, is Dak Prescott? And I'm not throwing that out for y'all to debate it at all. I'm just trying to show you. Can we talk about what the kid did yesterday? Because that's all we're talking about. But you didn't want to do that. You want to go to the extreme and say, is he an all-time top 3 Dallas Cowboy quarterback? Now, of course, here I am. First of all, you got to know the history of the Cowboys to even ask that question. You got to even know Dallas Cowboy history to even answer that question. The answer to that question is no. I know that, and that's why they asked that, because the answer is no. Everybody knows, well, you should know, that the top 2 is easy. Number 1, Roger Staubach. Number 2, Troy Aikman. Now, if you want to argue that which way, that's on you. Good, God bless you. It's just as long as those 2 are there. Okay? Here is the debate. They started throwing out Don Meredith. See, when you say Don Meredith, you already showing me you don't know the history of the Cowboys quarterback and all that kind of stuff. That's what they showed. Because what everybody in Cowboy Nation have forgotten was that right after Roger Staubach, it was Danny White. Danny White led Dallas Cowboys, I believe. He didn't get to the Super Bowl, but he led them to 4, I believe, NFC championship games. Let me get that right. Let me get it right. So the Cowboys, let me see. Staubach last year was 79. 1980 NFC championship game. That was Philadelphia against Dallas and Philly. Philly won that, went to the Super Bowl and lost. 81, of course, was the catch by Dwight Clark. That's 2 years in a row. 83 was the strike year, but the Cowboys made the championship game. That was against Washington, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was Washington. 84 was the 49ers, and that we didn't make it then. So let me go back. 79, that was the division round against the Rams. Okay. Yeah. Because they beat Tampa in 79. Okay. So he made 4 straight championship games. Dak Prescott ain't even sniffed it. So please, to me, you can argue it. I ain't going by stats. I guess you have to bring that into play. I guess you would. But if you're going by success, if you're going by, since this organization known as for championships or playoff wins, there's nowhere in the world you can put Danny White below Dak Prescott. There's no way. Danny White has done more, if you want to say that. All right? That's just the truth. That's not, they bypassed that. I ain't talking about that, man. I ain't talking about that. I think it's Danny White myself. But my question is, why would you even throw that up? Why would you even throw that up? Everybody know he ain't the all-time Dallas quarterback, top 3 quarterback. Everybody know that. But you don't want to talk about what he's doing right now. You don't want to talk about what he did yesterday. You don't want to talk about how, what he did for this whole month. You don't want to talk about that. They're waiting on him to lose, and then you're going to talk about the game that he lost. That's what you're waiting on. But when he wins, you want to talk, now you want to get into all-time greatness. It is ridiculous, man. The hatred for this dude is just unbelievable. It really is. It really is. It really is. It really is. I see Marlon in here talking about Danny White went to 4 NFC championship games. That is the truth. That's the truth. It's the truth. Of course, he was loaded with, great running back in Dorsett and Tony Hill and Drew. All that. But the bottom line is he didn't get over the hump, but he won playoff games. He got to the NFC championship. The same thing we big and Dak to make. Danny White did it 4 straight times. There's nowhere in the world. Danny White in all those 4 years was a Pro Bowl quarterback every year. Okay, so like I said, when we start talking about quarterback, Danny White is one of those ones that's been forgotten. and he shouldn't be, because he really is right behind Staubach and Aikman. There's no question in my mind to me. And for those that don't know, you probably gonna have to Google, go to Pro Football Reference, and go look at it, look at his career, and you will see some things that are there. I don't know if how many All Pro teams he made, but I know he was a Pro Bowl quarterback those 4 straight years. It's just that simple. Different game, like y'all said, whatever. Danny White also exactly of Mitras. Danny White was an all pro punter as well. I mean, he was that. He was that guy. And I don't care what era you played, whatever. If the way you look at it, if Danny White was that potent back in that era, then you got to fast forward him to this era. He would look just as dominant. He would look good, great in this era. This is so light now. It's just as simple. Danny White was the truth. He just didn't win the Super Bowl like Staubach did. He was the truth. Y'all need to look at it. One of these days, I'm going to look at it. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just talking about the simple fact that the national media did this. Colin Cowherd today, he with his hating self as well. He want to say the Cowboys are predictable. They beat up bad teams, and they just hold on. They have to do it against the good teams. As long as they're playing teams that are less on their level, they will, they will, be this and be that, all that kind of stuff. It's just so much ridiculous. And here's the part that I will admit. Some of this stuff that he's saying is absolutely true. Unfortunately for Dak, he don't get the same respect. See, it's kind of like this quarterback that y'all looking at now on TV, for instance. What I want to know is this. I see y'all harp on interceptions that Dak throw. Y'all love to do that. And that's some of the Cowboy family too. But this quarterback that I'm looking at in Buffalo here, why is they ignore the fact that he's a turnover machine, and every time somebody starts talking about Josh Allen, the first thing you hear is he's an MVP candidate when he ain't done nothing but give you a few ESPN highlight moment plays. He ain't won nothing. He did get to the championship game. Okay, I give you that. He did that with Dak. But if Dak Prescott threw as many interceptions and fumbles as Josh Allen did, you guys will want him gone. But I forgot. He doesn't do it. And some of y'all said Cooper Rush supposed to be the quarterback. See, I remember all that. It's unbelievable. Some of y'all have said this. Oh, my God. Trey Lance just got here. Well, you need to be playing above Dak. I mean, might as well. Let him. What? Have y'all lost your... I don't get it. He's a turnover machine, Josh Allen. But what the narrative about him is, he's an MVP candidate. Justin Herbert has done absolutely nothing. Justin Herbert has done nothing. Has never won a division. He made one playoff one playoff appearance. He lost that. That was last year. He has done nothing. But everybody say he's an MVP type quarterback. And I'm saying, like, where? What's his record? What has he done? What has he done? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. But when it comes to Dak Prescott is the only quarterback in the league. It's kind of like yesterday, because I saw it in some of the chats. Dak Prescott threw for over 70% of his pass yesterday, over 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, 5 total touchdowns. But I saw folks harping in on the 1 interception. Unbelievable. Forget the 4 touchdowns. Forget the rushing touchdown. Forget how 70%. Forget 133 quarterback rating. 133 quarterback. And fans and Dallas Cowboy fans sat there and wanted to harp in on. And he threw 1 interception. And so I'm just gathering in my mind for you guys. And I understand how you feel, because you feel like, I guess you feel like, he should have won a Super Bowl by now. Okay, fine. But it's to the point now, ladies and gentlemen, that Dak Prescott, just about in order to gain the respect of everybody that can't stand him, the only way he is going to shut everybody up. Cause he can't win the wild card round. They ain't gonna say that. If he lose in the division round, it'll be the same story and all that kind of. They ain't gonna say nothing about that. They ain't gonna give him no credit. If he make the NFC Championship game, which is what everybody said at the beginning of the year, the Cowboys should make an NFC Championship game appearance. A lot of them said that's the only way we will deem this year successful, unless it's the Cowboys make an NFC Championship game. But we all know that if we make an NFC Championship game and lose, it'll be the same old story. You'll kill it. Let alone if we make the Super Bowl and lose. Oh my God. You see what I'm saying? So Dak Prescott, I'm just saying, Dak Prescott just about has to be perfect. Yesterday proved it. 133 quarterback rating, 5 total touchdowns, over 70% of his passes made, 404 yards passing, and yet it was a lot of Cowboy fans. That interception again. He can't see the field well. What? He ain't seeing the field well. What? And again, please don't act like I'm a Dak homer, because I'm not. Because I'll go off on him quick. I got too much evidence to show that. But the bottom line is, kid Cowboy, you might as well let it go, Doc. It's gonna happen. See, you already fast forwarding me. Ain't no if we give him the money, he's gonna get it. It ain't no question. But what I said that before he started playing, he's going to get the money. It ain't gonna be Trey Lance. I mean, y'all can let that go. He's going to get the money. And if he gets hurt, he just gonna be a hurt paid quarterback. That's what's gonna happen, kid Cowboy. If he gets hurt, that's really not nothing you can really hang your hat on. If Patrick Mahomes get hurt, okay, what is he gonna be? A high paid hurt quarterback. Just go down the line. Joe Burrow, who always hurt, but he got his money, right? Okay. What is gonna be if he get hurt? He just gonna be a hurt paid quarterback. They gave Daniel Jones all the money in the world. Guess what? He's just a hurt ACL, knee hurt quarterback. It is gonna get paid. So they know that right there. They know if. I mean, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? What are we? You gonna pay your quarterback? Quarterback got to be paid. You're not starting over. It's not a rebuild year. Dak Prescott will be a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys for a very long time till he retires. He is, and y'all might as well go on get mad now, because Dak Prescott is going to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL when his time comes, which will probably be uh, next offseason, without a doubt. It's going to happen. Might as well get ready for it. And you say Purdy is getting $1 million a year. Yeah, for now, kid. What do you think he gonna get when his time come though? What do you think Purdy is gonna get? I mean, come on now. He's under a rookie contract. He's supposed to get $1 million a year. It ain't cause that's what he negotiated for. Tua is under his rookie contract. What I mean, what are we talking about? If you're under your rookie contract, you're supposed to get paid like that. That's when you're supposed to surround your team with everybody there. Guess what the Cowboys have done? They surrounded Dak with a whole bunch of pieces, even with the money that he got. CD got to get paid, obviously. He's going to get paid. Michael Parsons is going to get paid. This is what it is. No, you can't pay for everybody, but you're going to pay your core people. They'll find a way. They'll find a way. But Dak Prescott, contrary to a lot of y'all that don't like it, he's going to get paid. And here's the part that you really ain't gonna like. See, it ain't gonna take much, y'all. See, I'm just trying to help you. And there have been times where I didn't like Dak Prescott. I'm scared of him throwing, even right now. I'm scared of him throwing as much. But let's call it like it is. If Dak Prescott somehow wins this division, if Dak Prescott, we figured that the Cowboys will make the playoffs. If he win another playoff game, and I'm just talking wild card, okay, let's just go on play around here. If he wins the division round game and makes the NFC Championship game, what you think's supposed to happen on his contract? I mean, come on now. If Dak, watch this. Y'all really can't stand it because, see, even though you don't want to admit it, this goes to all the Cowboy haters. This not the Cowboy haters and the Dak haters. Let's just play around. Let's go even more. If he makes a Pro Bowl, and right now, he would make a Pro Bowl. Okay? Let's go for the ultimate. Because, see, the talk is starting to happen now. They don't want to give him credit because the national media is going to try to shoot him down. It ain't because he ain't putting up the stats. It's just the national media is trained to knock Dak Prescott down, even though his numbers are better than a whole lot of quarterbacks that are playing right now. But you won't hear that because it's the popular way to hate Dak Prescott. But let's just go with this right here. Let's say, for instance, he really is in the MVP conversation of the whole league. What you think he gonna get paid? I don't understand it, y'all. This ain't hard. You don't have to like it. And here's the other reason why you know he gonna get paid. Because as much as everybody's saying what he hasn't done, at the time when he signed the contract for $40 million a year, that had everybody going crazy, he ain't nowhere near have what he have now. At the time, it was what, 1 win and 2, 1 and 3, whatever it was in the playoffs, and they signed him and made him the highest quarterback in the league at the time. If he doing that now, what in the world you think Jerry Jones is finna do? Man, y'all better go on cry now. I'm serious. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this for the ones that don't like it. And I ain't just 1,000% saying that Dak is a top 2 quarterback. I ain't saying that at all. I'm just saying it is what it is. If Justin Herbert, see, y'all don't say nothing about Justin Herbert getting his money. Y'all didn't say that. I was waiting for it. And at the time, Justin Herbert was before Burrow signed, Justin Herbert, who ain't done nothing. Jalen Hurts who had only one good year. One good year. One good year. And he got paid $55 million a year. I ain't see y'all say nothing about that. Nothing. But y'all want Dak to make $25 million a year and move on. Y'all want him to do the Dallas Cowboy discount. I don't understand it. I'm gonna tell you this though. Let me go and really sum it up. Dak Prescott keep looking like this and building this case, and y'all can say what y'all want to say. Y'all can say, well, he played the Giants. He played the Carolina Panthers. He played the Washington Commanders. Let him do it against Philly. Well, y'all keep forgetting Cowboys lost, but he lit up Philly. He lit them up. Hello, as he always does. Let him do it against Seattle. Y'all gonna change. Let him do it against Buffalo. Y'all gonna say it, but every time he looks like he's looking, he's adding zero. That's what he's doing. Y'all don't like it, but it's the truth. Y'all know it's the truth. Boy, I'm setting myself up to be a villain today. I am. I'm setting myself up to be a villain, but it's the truth. The dude, as long as he is playing like this, he ain't got to win the MVP. You let the MVP voting come out, and Dak Prescott is in the top 5 of MVP voting. Ladies and gentlemen, that just added zeros. Because they'll be saying he's one of the top 5 to 6 players in the league. When the NFL, you let him be in the top 5 at the end of the year, we just got a long way to go in football. We got a long way to go. I'm just saying, let it happen. And when the NFL top 100 come out, Dak Prescott will probably be in the top 12 of the players. What y'all think's supposed to happen? What he supposed to sign for? What is he supposed to sign for? What? $30 million? I mean, what y'all want? What do you want? What I mean, really? What? Oh, okay. Some of y'all want to just start over. Put Trey Lance in. Put Trey Lance in. Put Trey Lance in and put him in and don't pay Dak. Don't pay Dak Prescott. Put Trey Lance in. And that way you get to build around because he's still on his rookie contract and you have a 5th year option. And you get Trey Lance and we can test him out and we hope that he will project to be the what he was when he got picked as the number 2 pick in the draft and all that kind of stuff. And you don't know nothing about Trey Lance. Trey Lance ain't played no football, man. Trey Lance ain't played no football. He was hurt. He was hurt. He ain't had no real field time. He got his job taken away by Sam Darnold. Everybody talking about Brock Purdy. Shoot, Sam Darnold beat out Trey Lance. Hello. Yeah, that same Sam Darnold who ain't done nothing in the league. Ain't done nothing since he left USC. Trey Lance was a number 3 quarterback with the San Francisco 49ers. And y'all excited just because he was drafted in the top 5 in the first round. Some of y'all putting in here say he was a number 3 pick. And by the way, I see you in there. I ain't heard from you, man, a whole month. So don't even come here talking, please. You know who I'm talking to. I wondered if your Facebook account was down. Now you want to talk about 49ers finally won. Man, get out of my show. Bye. Ain't heard from you in a whole month. Okay, so anyway, y'all excited about his contract? Okay. What if he can't play? I know he athletic. What if Trey Lance can't play though? See, it's the reason why Coach Shanahan They were so quick to get rid of him. As young as he is, as athletic as he is, as big of an arm as he has, is a reason why Coach Shanahan got away from him and went to Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick in the entire draft. So get the picture when you finish talking. Trey Lance was a number 3 pick in the draft and lost his job to the last pick in the entire draft, and lost his job, even a number 2 job, to Sam Darnold. Man, y'all ain't talking about nothing to me. Y'all, look. It don't make no difference, kid. You say Purdy got hot and Trey got injured. I know plenty of quarterbacks who got injured and came back and took their job right back. I don't want to. No. They made a decision. They traded picks away. I'll just stick with you, kid, because you put it up here. Even if that is the case, and that was the case, that Purdy did get hot, and it was kind of hard to take him off the field. I give you that. I give you that. But let's not forget what the 49ers gave up to move up in the draft to get Trey Lance. Okay. They gave up all those picks in the first round. Second, thirds, whatever the play was. It was a hefty price to move up in the draft and then go get them. They were happy to go get them. Even if Purdy played well, and he did, what about the offseason? When the whole season was over with, after the 49ers lost to the Eagles in the playoffs, okay, Trey is going to be healthy. We spent all this to come get him. We believe in his skill set. He's the future of the 49ers. Because when you make a move like that, you're saying this is the guy. It surely isn't Brock Purdy. That's a decision they made, though, that Brock Purdy was the guy. Trey Lance is not the guy. That's not how it usually goes. See, Shanahan sees something that he ain't gonna never put out there. John Lynch, the general manager of the 49ers, they're not gonna get out there and downplay this kid. They're not gonna do that. But it's a reason why, because you don't give up that quick on no first round pick. It's got to be a reason why. And it's not because he's hurt all the time either. That's not the reason why. And that's who y'all want. And that's who some of y'all want to play. Oh, okay. Well, I don't think it's going to get to the point, because the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, is going to sign Dak Prescott. And y'all know it. You got to find another backup quarterback. Trey Lance needs to beat out Cooper Rush. I told y'all that at the beginning of the year. Forget Dak Prescott. He's not beating out Dak Prescott. There's nowhere in the world he's going to, unless there's a crazy injury. That's the only way he's going to get in. Trey Lance needs to beat out Cooper Rush for the second quarterback spot first, before y'all even start talking about him taking Dak Prescott's job. He needs to beat out Cooper Rush first. And as crazy as that may sound, guess what? By now he should know some of the playbook. I expect Trey before the end of this season. I expect him to move up the depth chart and take Cooper Rush's job. But guess what? Ain't happened yet. We know that just because of Sunday. Here we are in week 9. Guess who tried it out there when they sat Dak down for in the fourth quarter? Guess who they sat down? Who came in? Cooper Rush. What does that mean? He's the second quarterback. What does that also mean? Trey Lance is the third quarterback. Facts. Y'all worried about him taking Dak Prescott. Man ain't even in the neighborhood of Dak Prescott. Joe said, why did Jerry trade for Trey Lance just to sit him when we really needed other positions like offensive line, running back, and linebacker? Because he knew his time for Dak Prescott. Because it's time, Dak Prescott contract negotiating is coming. And they don't really know what Dak is going to ask for. They know they got to pay it, but that he can use that slightly is as leverage. And plus, it's really not a bad investment because the Cowboys didn't give up nothing really to give them. To get them. They smart. Smart business. Just y'all the ones that messed up. Y'all are the ones that started thinking he was gonna play immediately. He gonna take, gonna put pressure on Dak and all that. Y'all thought that. Football folks know he had to beat out Cooper Rush, who was a very well-respected backup, who earned that. Same guy that y'all said y'all wanted him to start over Dak Prescott after he came in and, went 4-1. Yeah, but I remember that. Y'all saying he needs to be started. That same Cooper Rush. And for some reason, y'all thought Trey Lance was just going to hop over everybody. I mean, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. He is developing, kid. What he is. He's the third quarterback. He runs the scout team. By the way, breaking news: Josh Allen just threw an interception. Okay, let me stop. Josh Allen just threw another interception. Third turnover of the night. And y'all, you know what I'm saying? This is the MVP candidate on the cover of Madden 24. Most of y'all got Madden 24 at the house. Josh Allen on the cover. A turnover machine. That's what he is. Y'all gonna have to look, whether you like it or not, by any metrics, other than ESPN highlight, real tight plays, Dak Prescott is better than Josh Allen. I hate to see if Josh Allen was the Cowboy. See, a lot of y'all right now, if you say, hey man, look, who do you want right now? Josh Allen or Dak Prescott as the Dallas Cowboy quarterback? There's a whole lot of y'all would say Josh Allen. And I would say, oh, okay. Y'all talked about Dak Prescott after all the quote-unquote turnovers that he had. And y'all bringing in a guy who boy, I hate to do this to y'all. I see some of y'all really, really like that for real. Y'all really like that. I did this one time before. I'm finna do it because y'all irritate me. And I usually don't get like this, but y'all irritate me. It's just such disrespect. It really is. It really is. For Dak Prescott. It really is. I mean, in comparison to what his stat line says compared to others. It really is sad how y'all do Dak on that. Let me show y'all this. Let me show y'all this because I'm gonna show y'all this because y'all kill me, man. Josh has had pretty good weapons now. Don't forget Cole Beasley played there for years. Cole Beasley was an all-pro. Of course, Diggs is there. I know it's somebody else. Dave is there. He had a running game there. Buffalo won a whole bunch of games, so they had it. Dak Prescott has had big stuff too. But see, y'all killing me because see, let's look at Josh Allen real quick, and then I'm gonna let the stats speak for itself. Y'all look at this. Look at this is Josh Allen year by year. Y'all see the red there. Go to interceptions. Go to interceptions because this add another interception to this right now. So right now, look, y'all see 2023 come to interceptions. He just threw another interception. That's 10. I think he got 2 tonight. I think he got 2. So he's double-digit interception. Y'all look at the interception category. I ain't talked about the fumbles yet. I ain't even got to the fumbles. Because y'all know he fumbled the ball a lot. Look at the interceptions year by year. And this is the guy who everybody says is an MVP. I got a super chat here. Terry says, I've seen this Prescott move before and I know how it ends. He's playing nice now, but we are what we repeatedly do. I wish Prescott well, but my highest expectation for him is NFC Championship game. That's a fair statement, Terry. I'm not even going to come against that because I've seen the movie before too. I'm just going by what he played yesterday and the lack of the national media. Because see, when he lose a game, they highlight it. It leads off every show. But when he does something like he did yesterday, now they want to talk about, is he an all-time Dallas Cowboy quarterback? Give me a break. But what about this dude right here that nobody say? All they talk about is Josh Allen. Y'all look at the interceptions. Y'all tell me what y'all see. I ain't got nothing to say. It's right there. That's stats. And again, I haven't even got to the fumbles. I haven't even got to the fumbles. So you know what that is, right? He's over 70 interceptions now. Oh, they make excuses for Josh because you know he's MVP. You know, y'all look at it. Y'all if Dak Prescott had this type of stuff right here, and see y'all want to ignore this, the interception. Y'all want to slide two columns to your left and look at the touchdowns. Oh yes, he's a 35 touchdown, 30 plus touchdown guy a year. He is. There it is. 37 and 20, 36 and 21, 35 touchdowns in there. Yeah, Prescott did the same thing. 30 plus, 4,000 yards. That's Dak Prescott. Look at the interceptions, though. Y'all never want to talk about that. He is a turnover machine. Okay, I know what y'all saying. I know what you're saying. So everybody look at it real quick. Everybody look. Okay. Let me do this. Let me see if I can do this. Y'all making me work tonight, and I love it, actually. I'm sorry if I ain't opened up the lines yet, and I ain't gonna open it up. I'm gonna do that a little bit later. I'm sick of the hypocrisy. I'm sick of the hypocrisy of it. Y'all bear with me. I'm trying to see something. See if I can pull this off. See if I can pull this off. I can't pull it off. Y'all forgive me. I'm just trying to see something. I'm sorry. Okay, this is too much. I can't do it like I want to do it. So forgive me for that. But it is what it is. Oh, Chris Canning. Well, he's a giant, so he's a hater too. All of them got the same game plan, and they follow their leader, Stephen A. That's what they do. So I get it, and many Cowboy fans feel the same way, and there's a part of me that feels the same way because I'm just like Terry. In a sense, y'all, I'm almost like Kid Cowboy in some areas. We have seen this movie before. We have seen this. That's the truth. We have seen Dak Prescott. You can just about predict his stuff every year. He's going to go over 4,000 yards if he's healthy. He's going to get 30 touchdowns plus if he's healthy. He's going to probably have somewhere between 10 to 13 interceptions for the year. And usually, the way it's been going lately, the Cowboys will make the playoffs. And depending on where they are, if they got to go on the road the whole way, the Cowboys, you're not so sure. This is the same movie. It's to the point that if the Cowboys were to win 2 games in the playoffs in one season, we would actually be shocked. We pretty much somewhat, even though I think his record is 2-4 in the playoffs, depending on who we play, we feel like we can get past the wild card round. It's the division round where we just can't get past. He's won two wild card games. He's done that. That hurdle's been somewhat crossed. It's the division round where he can't get past. So it is what it is. We've seen the move before, but yet and all that, that's not my point. My point is simple. Talk about him for what he did yesterday. That's all I'm saying. But you don't want to do that because you will be forced. I'm talking about the national media. They will be forced to do what they really don't want to do because it kills their persona. They don't want to give Dak Prescott credit. They don't. And therefore, First Take, who is notoriously known for starting every show on after a Sunday, or if it's a Monday night game, that very next Tuesday morning, the very first story that they lead off with is usually, guess who? You got it. The Dallas Cowboys. They have never went a whole hour and 10 minutes into a show before they talked about the Cowboys. They did it today. And the reason why they did then when they did it, they didn't even talk about the game. They want to go to the ultimate question that they already know Dak is not going to be the answer to. Is he an all-time great Dallas Cowboy quarterback? Really? That's the best y'all can come up with? Really? First Take? Really? That's what you gonna go with? Knowing the answer to the question is no. No. Dak Prescott, it just go to show you. There were many, and thank you, Rob. I see you in here. Look at this comment here. Let me take this out so y'all can see this. Because y'all want to give Josh Allen credit. I ain't gonna even do it. Look, listen right here. See, when the Cowboys played Tampa last year in the playoffs, there were a whole lot of Cowboy fans who thought that, well, ain't nowhere in the world the Cowboys are gonna beat Tom Brady in his house. No way. It's Brady against Dak. He'll find a way to blow up. And, the Cowboys, they're going to be the Cowboys. They're going to be the Cowboys. They're going to blow it. That's what a lot of Cowboy fans were saying. And, of course, the national media was saying, hey, man, it's just something different about Tom Brady. When he get in the playoffs, it's like he turned into a machine. He does this. And there were a whole lot of Cowboy fans watch the game last year. It was a whole lot of Cowboy fans that watched the game last year with their fingers crossed, a rabbit's foot in their pocket, loaded dice, everything else. That's what y'all did. And at first, the same people that said, well, it's Brady. Brady, look, Brady, he always gets you. As soon as we beat their brains out, then everybody changed the whole narrative. Well, the Buccaneers are a little old now. They old. Tom is 40 plus years old, and he was on his last leg. And before that, Tom Brady was 40 some years old, and he's psycho Tom. He run down the field and get the crowd fired up. It's Brady. I don't care how old he is. If Tom Brady got the ball in his hand, he is the most dangerous man in the NFL. Soon we beat their brains out. They went in and said, well, Brady old. That's it. No, he can't. He can't do it no more. Before the game, the Buccaneers won their division with a 7-9 record. Cowboys were 12-4. 12-4, whatever we were. Come down there, and the first thing they said, throw the record book out. Tom Brady in the playoff is just a whole different animal. Don't even worry about that. Tom Brady, he gonna get it done. He just find a way. So we beat their brains out, the whole narrative changed. But the Buccaneers weren't the Buccaneers all year. Tom Brady just, maybe it's time for him to hang it up now. Y'all kill me, man. Y'all kill me. Y'all kill me. That's really all I want to talk about. The national media. So fast forward, and a lot of y'all in here feel the same way, and I ain't got no problem with it. I understand we've seen the movie before. So next week, you realize it's probably going to be the same thing, because Dak is going to light up Carolina as he is supposed to. As he is supposed to. He's supposed to light them up. He probably gonna have the same type of vibe. May not be 400, but he gonna do what he got to do. He gonna have another big game, and he gonna have another week where he add on to these stats that he's been putting up for this last month, and he's gonna look better and better. And as everybody gonna be saying that this week, they gonna say this week they said maybe we still should start talking about Dak Prescott in the MVP conversation. Well, after he beat up Carolina, which is that what I'm expecting him to do, then it'll change to say Dak Prescott is in the MVP conversation. That's what's about to happen. That's what's about to happen. And while y'all waiting on the playoffs, we'll get to that part when we get there. Until then, since y'all love to say Dak Prescott does this only in the regular season, well, guess what? We're in the regular season, so you know what you finna get from Dak. If y'all say you know what you finna get from Dak in the playoffs, then you know what you're going to get from him in the regular season then. And that is stellar play. That's what you're going to get. Since y'all know he blow up in the playoff, which he really don't. When you look at the stats and all that, you have a whole different conversation. But you know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. If y'all gonna say that, then what he gonna do in the regular season? Since y'all know what he gonna do in the playoffs, what do y'all know he gonna do in the regular season? So really, what he doing right now is expected. Cause this is what he do. Y'all. I just think y'all don't like that. And I ain't his biggest fan myself. But y'all got other issues going on. Y'all, some of that stuff y'all don't want to admit. But see, I ain't gonna even bring that up. Cause see, if I bring that up, we'll be here another whole hour or so. So I ain't gonna do that. Cause some of this stuff is really basic and simple. A lot of folks are still upset that Dak Prescott took Tony Romo's job. That's one of the reasons. And Tony Romo never got it back because you love Tony Romo. That's the truth. But there's another reason why they don't like it, and y'all don't want me to go there. Because I also know it's the truth too. Because I done seen it in the chats.
Let's just put it this way. It's beyond football. Yeah, y'all got it. Let me get back to the stats here. I want to show y'all something, and we're going to have to go back a little bit because, see, a lot of y'all blame Dak. I blame Dak. Before I show y'all this, I blame Dak because of Isaiah Thomas. I didn't say it many times. It fits here. Isaiah Thomas said it like this, y'all. Yeah, y'all already know what I'm saying. Okay, yeah, okay. But check this out. And I'm losing people in the live. I don't care. They're gonna see it. Here you go. Isaiah Thomas said this. The point guard, Hall of Fame point guard, said this. There was a question that was asked, and they asked him, Isaiah, what is the difference between a great player and a Hall of Fame player? Isaiah said this, and I believe this with all my heart. I couldn't have put it better than what he said. He said, the difference between a Hall of Fame player and a great player is that the great player, the game presented him moments where he can become great. And he said, when they make those great plays, when they take advantage of the moment, that's what separates them from the great player to the Hall of Fame player. It's about the moments, and do you take advantage of the moment? That's what makes you, it's kind of like the Franco Harris Immaculate Reception, the Dwight Clark at the catch at San Francisco against Dallas, 1981. Tom Brady down 28-3 in the Super Bowl, come back. Those type moments. That's what make you great. The only problem I got with Dak Prescott is he has never taken advantage of those moments. There's only one that I can remember very well, and that was last year against Tampa. I want to show y'all this, and then I'm gonna close up the show because I don't even want to go through all that. I want to show y'all this. Since y'all talking about this. This right here, as y'all can see, is highlighted. This is Dak Prescott's playoff. Y'all can see right here. Look at this playoff. I want y'all to look. Since y'all blame Dak so much, and here it is. Go down the list. There it is. There it is. First playoff game, 302 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. The next year, 2018, 492 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. 2021, that's the 49er game, 254 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Tampa Bay game, 511 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Career, 2-4, as y'all like to say. But what y'all don't say is 11 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. So when you say that, then you got to go wonder, okay, wait a minute. If he had 492 yards in 2018 and had 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, why did the Cowboys lose? Need I remind you that was the year that was the game against Green Bay when at halftime it was 31-3, and Dak brought us back and tied the game up, and eventually lost on a field goal by Crosby that looked like it wasn't going in, then went in. But Dak got the blame for it. Y'all know that. 49er game last year. Last year, I can go ahead and say, well, that was the first year. I'm sorry. I can go ahead and tell you, yes, the play, he didn't make the play when the moment arrived. I'll give you that. But it wasn't because he was horrible. He just didn't make the play, which is what you got to do in playoff football. That's why I said, if I got one problem with Dak, is that he's been presented moments. He's just ain't taking advantage of it. That's all. Which is what you got to have to win. So that part, I agree with y'all 100%. But when you look at these stats right here, I mean, y'all can't be talking about it with Dak. I mean, come on now. Y'all can't be looking at it like that. You can't. You can't. I mean, it's other factors. It's other factors, y'all. Huh? Bitch, I respect what you're saying, but you're taking advice from a basketball player that had no respect for Jordan and walked out of the championship game with time left on the board. I have no respect at all for Isaiah Thomas. I do. He's a champion. Matter of fact, a 2-time champion. You just don't like the sportsmanship. That don't mean he may not have no respect, but he won. He's a champion. And what he said applies to all sports. That's why the guys make the Hall of Fame in hockey, in soccer, in baseball, and in football. And I mean, that rule, if the great players take advantage of the moments or they make the great moments, that's what separates them. So I can't, you may not have respect for his sportsmanship. I give you that, Shane. I would have shook hands, but they didn't. Detroit was a different team back then. Huh? I'm just saying. Right here, Terry, this is the part we talking about. You saying I can't excuse the Prescott played like trash for half, then made a comeback. Okay, that part is true because you had the ball in your hand. It was 31-3 at halftime. I mean, the offense didn't do anything. But what nobody want to say is that the defense didn't do nothing. They gave up 31 points at half in a playoff game. See, that's the only part nobody want to talk about. Dak could get the blame, but you gave up 31 points at halftime. Come on now. I'm just saying. Let's give whole context if we're going to do this. We just love to blame the quarterback. That's why it's kind of like when Brady came back from 28-3. Everybody said at the end, Brady did it again. He's just the greatest quarterback of all time. Brady did it. But nobody want to talk about that they were down 28-3 in the third quarter, and nobody says anything about the Patriot defense not letting them score again. You do realize Brady didn't play defense, right? They had to hold them so they can come back. Brady deserved a whole lot of credit because he threw them back into it. But the defense shut them down. Nobody says nothing about that. Nobody says nothing about that. Only thing you hear is Brady did it. Brady did it. Brady did it. Brady did it. No, Brady and their defense did it. I'm just saying. That's the whole context. Yes, Brady did it. Yes, he did. Kid Cowboy saying, no, they don't just put anybody in the hall. You had to do something to get into the NFL Football Hall of Fame. I agree, David. I just said it. And I know you're not a Cowboy fan. I agree. I agree 1,000% what you just said. Dak has had the moments. He hadn't taken advantage of it. He hasn't. I give credit for that. But that's all. That's so far in the past. I mean, not so far in the past. I'm saying that's what we're talking. That's really not, even though I'm the one that jumped on this and all that. That's really not my point. My point is tonight, the national media and their hypocrisy. Because everybody that they highlighted talked about the game. When they talked about Baltimore blowing the lead to Cleveland, they talked about Lamar Jackson and the game yesterday. When they talked about All the other games, it was about the game. When they talked about Joshua Dobbs with Minnesota, they talked about the game. When they talked about the Cowboys and the Giants, they didn't want to give Dak the credit. They wanted to talk about it and say, is Dak Prescott a top 3 all-time Dallas Cowboy quarterback? Why didn't you just keep the same formula and talk about the game? You didn't want to do that because you will force you to give Dak Prescott credit. You didn't talk about Baltimore or Cleveland. Is Deshaun Watson now a top 3 Cleveland Brown all-time quarterback? No, you talked about how he played yesterday. See what I'm saying? Was Josh Dobbs, was that one of the greatest comebacks in Minnesota Viking history? No, you ain't talking about that. You just talked about the game. But when you talk about the Cowboys and the Giants game, you didn't talk about the game. You talked about everybody else's game. But when you talk about Dak and that, you want to ask, is he all time? That was the whole conversation. It wasn't nothing about the game. The question was asked. That was the question. That was the topic. Is Dak Prescott? Y'all don't believe me? Go to First Take a Look today. Is Dak Prescott an all-time Dallas Cowboy quarterback? You didn't want to talk about the 404 yards yesterday. You didn't want to talk about the 5 total touchdowns. You talked about everybody else's game. I'm just saying it's hypocrisy because you wanted to bring up an extreme question that you knew you were going to answer that was not going to highlight that at all. It's hypocrisy. You can't talk about everybody else's game, then want to go to an all-time question when it came to Dak Prescott. Come on now. That's my whole point. But let the Cowboys lose to Carolina. Watch what happens. You ain't gonna ask about all time then. You're gonna ask about how he played yesterday. Let the Cowboys win and Dak struggle Sunday. Let the Cowboys win and let Dak struggle. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Watch how they talk about the game then. They'll say, well, the Cowboys won, but my God, it was the Carolina Panthers, but they only beat them by 8 points. I mean, that just lets you know the Cowboys ain't that serious. He can't win. He got to be perfect. He can't win. Kids say that this quarterback hasn't done the job that he's getting paid for. You may be right, kid, because the expectation probably the Super Bowl. I just need that same energy for this quarterback that you're seeing right now, Josh Allen. I need the same energy for Joe Burrow, who hadn't won a Super Bowl. I need the same energy for Justin Herbert. I need the same energy for Jalen Hurts. I need the same energy for every quarterback that's gotten paid crazy money. I need the same energy. That's what I'm saying. Instead, we don't get the same energy. They say all them guys are elite. They say all those guys are MVP candidates. Instead, but when we talk about Prescott, he doesn't deserve the money. That's all I want to hear. I want the same energy. You may be absolutely right. He hadn't done the job, but you looking at a quarterback on TV right now who they swerving down is incredible. And he ain't done the job either. And he get paid more than that. I need the same energy. That's all I'm saying. I need the same energy. Yeah. Just give me the same energy and I'm good. If you're gonna talk about Dak like that, I need to hear folks talk about the same thing then. Y'all say he get paid more money. Is Josh Allen doing the job then? I need the same energy. I need the same energy for these guys. I need the same energy for Justin Herbert. That they swear is the next greatest quarterback. My God, a lot of y'all think that Trevor Lawrence is better than that. I need the same energy. I need the same energy. No, no, because see, never, no, kid, no, you can't do that one. See, for year 4, y'all wanted Dak to be the main then, so no. Mm-mm. No. And part of it is because Dak has had some pretty good talent around him, and you would try to think it's expectations there, but that right there, that comment there, kid, I can't give you that one. Because we can't get into 8-year vets against 4-year vets. I can't do that. Trevor Lawrence ain't played for 2 years. Some of y'all say he better than Dak Prescott already. That was a time I remember. I got all the receipts. I remember when y'all was saying that Carson Wentz was better than Dak Prescott. Lord have mercy. Let me get out of here. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I remember that. I remember that. Some of y'all was saying matter of fact, we ain't got to go Carson Wentz. Some of y'all said Cooper Rush should be starting over Dak Prescott. Y'all said that. Y'all said it. The game plan just run better when Cooper Rush is playing. We need to have the Cooper Rush playbook for Dak Prescott. That's what y'all said now. Yeah, I remember it. I remember it. No, Shane, I'm a little guy. But you'll be surprised. They showed me yesterday. Yesterday's show proved to me that, I may not be a power as far as that, but you just don't know what set of eyes are watching you. And then if you say the right thing, those eyes are transferred. Just in case you weren't with me yesterday, I had Botch Lombardi, who's way better than I am. Way better. In this podcast game. Way better. 82,000 people that follow him, subscribers on YouTube. That ain't counting what he has on Facebook. A giant, actually one of the giants in the game. He works for Colin Cowherd himself with the Volume podcast. He's on the same level with Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp works his Shay Shay podcast, Club Shay Shay, is with Colin Cowherd's the Volume thing. Listen, I didn't know he knew me, but soon as he saw me on there, he shifted his people to come listen to my show. You just never know who is gonna hear what you're saying. So I agree with you. No, I'm not. I may not change it, but I'm gonna put it out there. That's what I do. I don't have to follow the status quo. I agree with some of the things that y'all saying. Dak has not taken advantage of the moments. I done said it, but he ain't. Y'all some folks, the same folks say Cooper Rush supposed to be the quarterback. Some of them saying Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is this and that. Justin Herbert is that, and I'm like, what did he won? Boy, ain't even won a division championship yet. Barely made one playoff game. Got all the talent in the world in the Charger land. Got all that. Got a great running back, Austin Eckler. Got Keenan Allen, all-pro receiver. Got a great defense, Joy Bosa, Khalil Mack, Derwin James. Got Williams as another wide receiver. Got Palmer there. I mean, come on. He got it all. Justin Herbert ain't done nothing. But yet, folks say, hey, this is the guy. We'll take Herbert. I'm just saying. This is not my point, though, kid. I see what you're saying about Vox. That's not my concern with what he is. I'm saying I'm just speaking in terms that he's one of the biggest guys in the game. And what we do here in podcast world. He is one of the best in the game. He is. And with his gigantic platform that he does have, he directed his folks to come listen to the little small guy like me. So my whole point is that you never know who's watching. I know for sure one pro player, and as much as y'all don't know it, I found out, if y'all been with me a while, you guys know that I am good friends. I played football with the USC assistant head coach, Coach Dennis Simmons, who coaches with, of course, Lincoln Riley at USC. Well, Dennis was also where he's a wide receiver coach. He had Michael Crabtree. When Crabtree won the award, Hollywood Brown at Oklahoma, who was all these All-Americans that he coached. And then, of course, he had CeeDee Lamb when CeeDee was at Oklahoma. And Dennis Simmons, Coach Simmons, who's been on my show twice, I believe, was there, and had the show on. Well, what I didn't know that he told me in private, and I guess I'll say that, was that CeeDee Lamb was watching me. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but he had no reason to lie. I'm just saying, you just never know who's watching. So I'm going to put it out there. Dak has not taken advantage of the moments, but yesterday, Dak Prescott was outstanding. And that is the truth. Dak Prescott yesterday was outstanding. Terry Turner says on the Super Chat, Aaron Rodgers lost the NFC Championship game at home twice. Trash. No, I can't say he trash, Terry. Man, I won the MVP award 4 times. Only guy in the world that ever done it. I'm just saying, no. I can't call him trash, because he's not that. Just lost. Shane said, I'm just saying, don't waste your time listening to trash. If Dak is listening to it, he needs to use it as fuel. I believe Michael Parsons listened to it all. No, it's my job to listen to it, because this is what we do. My job is to counteract the BS that you hear sometimes, like I heard today, which is the reason why I'm talking about it, to bring proper context to it. That's all I'm saying. Y'all can say what you will about Dak Prescott. But what y'all not saying is what the problem is. Get a man his credit when he does well. Don't say, well, we'll wait. No. Y'all trying to act like these games don't matter, because if you lose these games, you ain't even going to the playoffs. So, yeah, these games matter. And in the games right now, he's playing extremely well. It is what it is. All right. I'm done. I didn't talk too much. I'm sorry I didn't open up the lines, because I'm quite sure I will have a lot of rebuttal, and that's fine. Y'all put it in the comments. I'm gonna go back and because y'all flowing in the comments real well, and I've been able to see them all, but I just want to see what y'all gonna say. David says, well, Dave, you're not a Cowboys fan, so I expect that answer from you. I give him his due in games that win, games that matter. Right now, these games matter, though, Dave, because we 2 games behind the Philadelphia Eagles. These games do matter. We got to win. We got to try to keep pace. So when the Eagles come to Dallas, hopefully we probably will be in position that we got, everybody's saying that it's going to be that's going to be the game that's going to determine the division. So, yeah, these games do matter. Because if we lose one, we go 3 games behind. The division, chance for the division is over with. Terry Turner talk about Dak Prescott bad, and he a Cowboy fan. And some of it is justified. These games do matter. You don't want to go behind. Thanks to that Arizona Cardinal loss, we 2 games behind the Eagles. We can't afford to lose. So every game until we see Philly, every game matters. Bad teams, good teams, whatever. Every game matters. Well, we got plenty of those coming, Dave. I tell you what, y'all games matter. I think you're a Philly fan. If you're a Philly fan, y'all games matter. Because y'all know y'all got to stay close up. Y'all got to stay 2 games up. We got the tough games coming too. We got to win. We got to be in position when we play Philadelphia in a few more weeks when they come to Dallas. And therefore, leading up to the game, every game matters because we got to at least stay even kill or game a couple games up. It's just that simple. Yeah, so it matters. It matters. All right, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for hanging with me for a while and listening. Whether you agree with it or not, I appreciate y'all hanging with me on the night. I'll be with you maybe, let me see, maybe Thursday or maybe Friday. And I'll give you my, we'll be talking about Carolina then. We'll be getting ready for Carolina. Got a little bit more film to watch on Carolina. I can tell you what they like to do and, you know, see if they pose a few threats, which most gonna say no, but as Arizona Cardinals taught us any given Sunday. So, and we on the road, and we already know that the Carolina Panthers will be playing their Super Bowl Sunday. We already know that. You know it's coming. So we got to match the intensity and go to work. It's just that simple. All right. Appreciate y'all. I'm out of here. My time is up. Thanks for hanging with me. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, probably Thursday or maybe Friday, this has been the one and the only. Ain't nobody like me, y'all. I'll tell it like it is. This is the Big Time Show.